Okay, so good morning everyone and welcome back in today's class. Today we are going to be mainly discuss on the scripting part. Okay, I will give you the overview from the book itself that what the scripting means and how the scripting basically. So yesterday we saw that what is configuration, what is customization and what is custom development. Okay, and today we are going to be discussing the scripting part. So this is the book which I'm talking specifically Packet Publications का book है ये. Okay, बर्मिंघम और मुंबई शायद इनका publications है. So from there they published this book specifically. और इसका जो writer है वो है एंड्रयू. मतलब this book is famous by this writer and by this publications. Okay. Total 200 pages का book है, but not that much we go for the deep dive. We'll do the things which we required for us. Review table content. Okay, script or not script. This one, page number 9. Okay, so what this particular writer says, what this particular person says that to script or not to script. This particular person says that you have to be decide that where you have to be write the script and where you should not write the script. Example, like he says that few things can be possible via UI policy as well, like making any field mandatory, making any field read-only, visible. These things you can do via UI policy as well. But still there are some coders who write the code, who love to write the code, they write the script in the background. That is not a good practice. What is he says as per he says, if ServiceNow or the system is giving you some functionality to use, then you should use that functionality as it is instead of writing any code on the top of that, which can get a problem in the later on. Okay, if you can configure instead of scripting, it should be first thought. So this question has been asked in the interview, when to script and when not to script. So you can tell that if that functionality is given by ServiceNow, which can be sorted out via configuration, then we should not script. But if there is no other way possible, okay, if there is no other way possible, then you should go for the scripting part. Okay, so that is the thing which he mentioned in this particular paragraph. And the main thing which he mentioned in the bottom is this: try to avoid scripting whenever possible. Configure an instance instead has many benefits and make an instance easier to maintain. The major point which everybody say, the major point which everybody consider is that more you script, more tough to maintain the instance at the point at the later on. Because the everything, if you write the code, if tomorrow ServiceNow makes some changes in the basic functionality, then your code can be impacted. I tell you one example. In one of my project, we have a requirement that in the change management, I need 4 approvals should go in a one go. We tried everything. We tried, okay, can we do it configuration part? Can we add a new step in the workflow? But it was not possible. At the end, we decided to go for the scripting part. And when we do the upgrade, we again face the issue because in the upgrade ServiceNow change the logic of the workflow as well, which creating a problem for us. So in this case, it is always recommended that don't do the scripting until unless it is not required. And scripting on the UI policy, never ever recommended. So you will see that you can achieve the read only, like on the incident form. Yesterday we or the last week we see that I want to make a field mandatory. I can do that part via scripting as well, but still I go for the UI policy because that is the way ServiceNow give me out of the box and I can utilize that part. Clear till this point? Any doubt, any question? Yes, guys. Okay. No question is fine.
Yeah, no question.
Okay. Now the question comes that how many type of scripting available in ServiceNow? Mainly we have a two type of scripts. One is called the client script and one is called the server side script. Okay. This question asked in many times in the interview, specifically if you are appearing for the developer interview. What do you mean by the client side and what do you mean by the server side? Client side scripts are those scripts which execute on your web browser itself. I give you the one basic example to understand this point. Okay. I am on my incident form or maybe on my admission form, I am putting the date of birth. I want that whenever any user put the date of birth, the age should be calculated and come in the next box. For that, I am doing the client side scripting. On the form level, I am writing a code which can convert the date of birth into the number of years. That is the client side. So if you say here, client side script will run in front of the user based on the data was delivered to the user on the web page. That is the one thing. Okay, usually on the form or a list or no form submission are required. Means in this case, it is not necessary that you submit only then it will work. No, you just change the data, it will work for you. That is a client script. If you remember this thing, let me open this and go here. I show you one thing. And let me open incident form. Okay. Okay, and let me click on the all here. And let scroll down. Let it be load the complete page. Yes, it has been done. Okay, let me open this incident. Okay. Now, if I open this incident form and I can scroll down. Here, when you click on this and when you click on this, it will tell you, see, total 877 scripts run here. On load client script, on change 3, on browser processing 439. So this is the place which can tell you that how many scripts are running in the background on client. If you see, you can check like this. Like this way it is be working for us. Okay, so the purpose is that if we are making any changes on the form level, if I click on the color, my state is getting changed or my contact type is getting changed, it means I am doing the client scripting here. Some calculation which you do on the form level is called the client scripting here. Okay, then what is the server side scripting? I submit a form, I got an error message. Your form cannot be submitted. This is the server side scripting, means the actual action has been taken on the server side, not on the form side. Like on the form, you mentioned the date of birth. OK, When you submit, you get a pop-up message. Thank you for submitting. Your age is 36-year-old. Now you can go for the vaccination. That is called the server side scripting specifically. इसमें देखिए form is submitted or some different trigger means something has been triggered for that event which execute that script in the database. This is not in the database. This is completely in the database. Okay. And there's a one concept called the business rule, which we studied today. Business rule is a server side scripting. Okay. Why I'm telling because this question clearly upfront, this question has been asked. Is business rule is a client side script or the server side script? Then you should not confuse. Business rule is a server side scripting because that execute in the database. What is the business rule? We will discuss today. Now, if you scroll down, what they did, total these type of scripting used in ServiceNow. You can see in the client script, I have UI policy, UI action. Just give me 1 minute, guys. Someone on the door. Okay. So what they said that in ServiceNow I have a many type of scripting, but these two are the major, and I divided my scripting part in these two areas, client side and server side. What do you mean by the client side? This question again from the interview perspective is very good. It asks multiple times. Okay. Why I'm telling? Because these are the questions, these are the points which help you to grab the opportunity as a developer, because these are the basic things. If you tell in the interview, then he or she should know that okay, you have an idea about the development, how the development done in the ServiceNow. So on the client side, I have a client script, I have a UI policy, I have a UI action. Okay. On the server side, I have a business rule. I have a ACL, access control list, which we discussed. We have a script include to call one script in the another script is called the script include. UI action, see, UI action is common on the both side. My schedule jobs, my background script, my workflow, which we design, workflow flow designer, which we design this one, and my script action. In our class, in our session, we'll mainly discuss on this part, UI actions, which has been missed out, or the business rule part specifically. ACL from the theoretical perspective, we will do. Rest we are not going to be discussed here because I have no idea on that part. Okay, so nothing to be hide here very clearly on that part. But you should know that what are the client side and what are the server side scripting for a user. Any doubt, any question till this point? Anyway.
No, sir, still no doubt.
No doubt, good. Okay. If you read this book now, you will be actually enjoying this book. It is so simple. I like this book actually. 30-40 pages I read just in 3 to 4 hours only. Okay. Now tips are important. When writing a new script, ask yourself whether the result need to be shown immediately in front of the user. If not, consider a server-side scripting rather than a client-side. This says that if you write more scripts, on the client side, your page will be heavy because that required a lot of actions to be done. Like if I let's take a normal example. If you are appearing for a exam, and on the exam I said, okay, give me interview as well. It become heavy for you. Okay, in the interview, do this assignment as well. You will say it's too much hectic interview. But if I say, okay, you are selected for the first round, I am giving you the assignment, complete that assignment and come back to me by in next 2 days. Then it is a server side scripting. And believe me, if you are applying for a developer, there are many companies who ask you to write the code as well. They can give you the assignment. Okay, complete this assignment 2 days and share your results with us. Then we evaluate you. Even I did for one of the interview, not the scripting part, but my other ITIL presentations was there. So the company gave me a 7-liner statement and say, okay, Atul, prepare a presentation on the top of that and present in the 1 week to us. Then I go in their office, present them, and then finally selected for that particular round. Okay, now important point is that script execution. Okay, script execution means that in which order script should be executed. Like how many of you like or you enjoy the play or the theater? Or let's take a movie only. In movie, the main point is that when to deliver the dialogue. That is important. Correct? क्या कहते हो अरुण? Correct? Delivering the dialogue on the right time is very much important. Same thing apply here as well. As we have 5 or 8 type of scripts available in ServiceNow, their execution matter. If you put the wrong execution order, it can impact your performance and it can be go in the infinite loop as well. Okay, so what they say a sequence. Let me show you the table like this. This one. They say if you want to define the order of your scripts, execution order of your script. Do you remember? Let me show you here one thing. I go to the client script. Client script. Okay, I show you one thing. Let it be loaded in the meantime. Okay. And let me go in the top. Because on a single table, you have multiple execution orders. See, as of now, they did not put any order here. Let me see if I have some order here. See, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 2,000. It means it should run immediately and they shouldn't delay part. Okay, if I put like this order, group by order karte hain. Then you can see order 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 50. It means this script should be executed, but how you decide the order? Follow this practice. They says before business rule, the order should be less than 1,000. Before engine, before workflow. After that, run this before business rule with an order greater than equal to 1,000. This sequence. Okay, I know for you guys it is little tough to be understand, and I don't want to be go in the deep dive of this ordering as well, but I can tell you from this screen. Like you can see here. Order 1, order 2, order 3, 4, 10, 10, 50, 55. What this order says, suppose on a, let me give you the example. I invited some guests at my house. Okay. We have a order defined in the background. What order? When the guest will come, first of all, I will give them a water, then cold drink, then snacks, then soup. What all this basically? These are the order of a script, which your mom told you already that if someone came, give the things in this particular sequence. Can you deliver the snacks as soon as they ring up the bell? You will not do, right? So what they say is that anything which is be required before lunch, you can deliver in any sequence. Anything which is required post lunch, like desserts, pan, ice cream or something, you need to be delivered the after that particular sequence order or after the lunch only. So these things we have to be defined here. Like you can see 300, 600, 1000, 2000, 10,000. Okay, this is called the client script. Let me show you here. Let me go here because we need to do some practical as well. Let me remove this part, ungroup and put the table on the incident. Okay. Incident table. Alright. Sorry, I'm putting in the application. See, these many client scripts has been executed on the incident table. 23 client scripts total. Like create child incident, make mandatory. Let's see. It is active false as of now. Okay, let's see. Show or hide clear contact field. It is not required for us. Let me show you total amount of quantity. Okay, empty assigned to on a group change. Let me show you this example. Let's go here. I'll give you the example, then we will discuss the client scripting part. What that scripting is saying that if you are raising any incident. Okay, now let me put this thing. H4. Okay, and I put someone name here. अरे किसी का तो नाम आए. Okay, let me put some other name, other group here. Okay, and I'll put change. Okay, now what this scripting is saying, this is a client script. It says empty the assigned to on a group change. Means if you change the assignment group, if you change this assignment group, this should become the empty. Okay, no problem. Let me try this. Let me put this one and it make it as a blank. From where this things has been executed? This has been executed from the client script. And what type of client script? We have a total 3-4 type of client scripts. Again, from the development perspective, this can be asked how many type of client script: on cell edit, on change, on load, on submit. Where you want to execute, when you want to execute it. So here is my name of the client script. Here is a table I want to do UI type that either I do on the mobile, either I do on the service portal, either I do on the desktop, or either do I on the all. Everywhere this script should be executed. I say all. This is important for you to be understand. When to be execute on change. As soon as I change it, my this become empty. Where this code has been written, I'll show you here. On which field? Okay, client script, you need to be execute on the field level. He says on which field you want to put. I want to put on the assignment group. See, you can put on any of the group as well. Okay, this thing I want to put on the assignment group. Application scoping is global, active, true, inherited. Remember what when we discussed about the UI policy inherit, same concept work here as well. If you are be inheriting this particular field from any other table, then the existing script will be work here. And here we need to be write the code. See, this is the client scripting. This is the script here, which executed. If you read the script, you will be able to understand. Function call कर रहे हैं on change this thing, and here is the logic. New value is equal to new value null, old value not equal to new value not equal to scratchpad dot form value. I'll few things we will discuss here, like glide record is one of the concept we will discuss. Okay, this methods we will discuss, but this is the way that you have to be write the client script. Here your brain need to be work very clearly. I have no idea. I did not write anything any time, so I have no idea. But this is the place where you have to be write the scripting part. It is not a drag drop option. You have to be write the code only. How to write, what to write, we will discuss it. Maybe today, if you are not able to complete, tomorrow we will pick it up again. Clear point यहाँ तक? Any doubt? Any question? Anyone? Let me go here. Aishwarya, Vishwajit, Prashant, Harsha, Tanvi, Arun.
No doubt.
Arun, Harsha, Tanvi, what do you say?
No doubt, sir. No doubt.
All clear? Easy?
Yes, sir. No doubt.
Good. I'm personally recommending this book. Read this book at least twice or thrice. You will be able to write the code. My target to become the developer now by reading this book. Okay. So this is the one thing. Now if I come to little more down, and here they come with the scripting introduction part. Till now we are just doing a gossips on the scripting, what to code, not to code, what is the execution order, all the things. Okay, Jagan. Now the actual fundamental come introduction to the scripting part, because in the scripting, if you see here, these are called the operations. Dot form value, dot add query, dot set limit, dot query. I'll give you a little more insights about these things. Very truly I'm speaking, this is the first time I'm taking the scripting in my batch. Otherwise I never go for the scripting part. They say that ServiceNow using the JavaScript as a majority. Okay, so you should be know the JavaScript for these things. For the portal, it is not completely JavaScript, it is AngularJS as well. But for the background, you have to know the scripting of Java part. Okay. Again, the same theory that if you before you start the writing the first script, it is important to check whether your goal can be achieved through scripting or not. Means at this book give you every time one thing. Please see, can you achieve this thing without scripting or not? That is important here. Okay. That is the important point here. They always say avoid customization altogether. See, by leveraging the configuration of the form of the UI policy, for example, it is possible to avoid customization. By writing this, by following the UI policies, you can avoid the customization altogether. And there is only the one example, not all example I'm saying. Maybe sometime it is required to write the things. Then we have to be write it. Let me scroll down here. Okay. Now I tell you the little important point about this thing. अच्छा, इसमें एक चीज इंपॉर्टेंट है यहाँ पर जो हमारे मिस हुई है. ओके, most script will use the glide class. What is glide class? Glide class is a Java based object which contain the all attributes of a table. Okay, like when I say incident, इसको हम कॉल करते हैं GS से, GS dot table incident. It means in that GS I am calling the all attribute of the incident table. We will discuss little bit more in detail. Okay, but before that I will tell you the script editor, that where to write the script. This is my script editor. This is this box, you can see this one. This is my script editor. So we have given some details here that what the meaning of the symbols here. Disable syntax and formatting. Like this, the color has been changed. It is completely plain English, it will be there. Always mention the this thing. It is easy for you to be understand that what function I'm calling, what is the comment here. Okay, if you want to add any comment, see it make as a comment here like this. The people who know little bit about the coding, they can understand these things very easily. Then your format code, if you want to do a formatting like this, let me select a and do little formatting. Like you can see some indentations work in this area. You want to make your lines or replacement are here or there, you can do that part. You can search for any specific word here. You can do up and down in the next lines. If you want to go for the full screen, generally like this, you can do this particular thing here. Okay, anything help you need, you want to save your file, and finally your whatever. Okay, it is saving my computer form as well. And finally, it is called the toggle check syntax. If anything goes wrong, let me do like this. Now let's see what it do. See, it is checking the toggle syntax and it gives me the error when I compile it. See, like this, unnecessary semicolon. So the old days when I started my journey in IT, I write C, C++, everything we need to be do the check manually, but now everything is automated here. So this is the scripting editor we have to be used in the our day-to-day life for the scripting part. Okay, now what next is there? So they give the complete explanation of this is only. Summary done. Yes. Now we come to the ServiceNow Glide classes. Okay, as we discussed that ServiceNow is using the Glide class for all kind of operations on the records or the data. Okay. In this chapter, they say that we are be using how to use ServiceNow expose JavaScript APIs. I tell you what is API, and we use the one term called the glide record. Yes, this is the glide. This is the record here. I capture. I create a variable X, and in that X, I keep everything for that particular table. I know confusing, but we will discuss. Don't worry. Why I'm saying we will discuss, because these are the things which I already planned for you guys. Okay, that how we're going to be discuss that part. Number first point, come using ServiceNow expose JavaScript APIs. Let me come to this part here. Okay, glide record is one of the most common JavaScript API. Is the glide record class, which is extremely handy and fast, become a staple of the most scripting. Means if you want to do any operation of any of the incident record, how you can do, either you should call with the number directly, or you can use the glide record. Means what I'm doing, I'm saying there's a table called incident. I put that incident table in a variable and calling their records one by one in the glide record. People who are not from the IT background, even people like me, not from the never done any scripting part, don't be confused. This is the book which you read, you will explore, you will learn the things. So how they are saying, they says how we're calling the glides part basically. That is, I share this book with you. If today you will able to read at least 30-40 pages, the first 30-40 pages, you will come to know a lot of new things on the scripting part. 200 पेज ज्यादा बड़ी बुक नहीं है, आधी तो कहानी है इसमें. Okay, but this thing will help you. Okay. Now let me give me a minute. Let me check on the top. Did I miss something? No, it's all fine. Okay. This is how I can go by that part. Let's have a look how to use the glide record. Okay, simple. Glide record is a Java based code which we used in ServiceNow to get the query to do some operations on a particular record. I want to see the records of the priority 1. I want to see the records of priority 2. I want to see the record. I want to submit the record of priority 1. I want to give an error message or the pop-up message that this is not a priority 1. You cannot save this record. Okay, so these things we have to be defined via help of the glide record. Then how this can be used? We use this like this. New glide record and the table name. Let's do one thing. Let me try. I never try, but I want to be try it again here. Okay. Go to the UI action. Okay. Yesterday we created a UI action, right? On the change. अरे क्या नाम था, किसी को याद है क्या? Yesterday we created LNG, right? LNG था क्या? Okay, let me check. Okay. Now what we do, we try to write this code. And I pray to God that please execute this code for me. Okay. New. What they mention here? New glide record. Let me copy this and paste it here. Okay. Let's do like this. New glide record table name. Let's put change underscore request. Okay, this is my table name. Now what they are saying, we will set a variable to hold the glide record object. Means what I will do, I'll copy this table record in one of the variable like this. So every time you have to be define a new variable to hold that particular. What I'm doing, I am passing the all records or the attributes of a change table into my variable called the glide record, because I cannot do the operation directly on the table. I can do the operation only on the variable part. Like in a function, you say parameter A, B, and C. Variable A, variable B, variable C, and from the function you are passing A, B, and C. Where it should store? It should store in the records here. Now let me go this side. What it say now, glide record variable holds the glide record object of the incident table. Means this particular variable contains the all object of this particular table. That is the one thing has been done. So first point has been taken care. We then query the table. Now we will put a query and I want to see. What I want to see, let's see, glide record dot query. Query is a function given by ServiceNow out of the box. और कब तक रन करना है? While glide record dot next. जब तक वो loop खत्म नहीं हो जाता. Till the time loop did not end it here. Let me copy paste this. Right? Go here. It says while. I say while I need to put the, because I need to do some operations in the picture that what you want to do. So what I'm doing, I'm saying please copy all the objects into this variable and run the query. And up to what time do the next. If you remember in the C++, we have a loop, if loop, while loop, next if else loop, if next loop are there, right? So now specifically people from, again, I'm not pointing, but I'm just guiding them from the non-IT background. For you guys need to be actually important to read this book, at least not in the deep dive. Read at least 30-40 pages from the first point. Okay, now it says we need to be write the code here, what I want. Okay, let me do it here. Try to execute it. It says something wrong, important block statement. I said let me write something test and let's save this. Okay, let's do what happened now, because I write the code, show insert as well. Let me put like this and go here, dev this change equals .do. Because yesterday we did not write any code our UI action, but this time we mentioned something on the UI action. Let's see what happened if I click on this. See, nothing is happening. It just opened that record automatically, because we did not mention anything what to do. What to do now? We say go to the chain table and get the all objects. That bring the all objects. I done the query. Next. But what next you want to do? What want to achieve in this particular code? That we did not mention here. Now I'll go back to this particular place. This is important part of ServiceNow scripting, as the way of coder can access the code in ServiceNow by cycling through them and applying some code of each relevant record. Now I said bring a query, that's fine, but what you want to do? They're giving me another example here. All fine, or everybody is getting confused here? Let me take a pause. Yes, Aishwarya.
No confusion. It's fine.
Vishwajit, Prashant.
No confusion, Atul.
Harsha, Tanvi. Harsha, Tanvi.
So we don't know about the scripting part, so it's a little bit confusion.
No problem. For you guys, this book is must to read. Okay, before you start applying for the interview, at least read this book once. At least read this book once to get the basic understanding. Okay, it is not tough. One of my tech lead proposed to my customer, to my counterpart, in one of the biggest meeting, that we want Atul to be start working on as a developer in my team. Can you imagine now? He says, Atul, you understand the logic, start writing the logic as well now. I was a little surprised. I said, boss, sorry, it's not my cup of tea. He said, you can do it. Start. Then I said, let me think on that part. Why I cannot? My age is 37 doesn't mean that I cannot learn the new things. I can learn, and I learned this thing just for you guys on the priority. The day when we kick off this session, I download this book and start reading this. Unluckily, I did not get much time to be read more in this area. But what I know, I'm giving to you. So in this case, Dhanashri and Atul both are equal in the scripting now. I'm not your teacher here. I'm equal to you because I don't know the logics as well. But what I understood from experience, I'm giving to you here. Okay, so now what they're saying that, okay, you bring the all record, that's fine. Now what you want to do? So how you can do? You can write the glide record like this: variable dot add query, field name, operator, and the value to compare. What does this mean? Basically, if I scroll down a little bit, that is the beauty of this book. Actually, they give us so simple example. So like this, they are saying, this is we done. They are doing the problem record. We are doing on the chain table. Okay. Glide record add query priority 1. What this mean? They says bring out the all records where the priority is 1. Okay. Glide dot query means in the database, bring all the problem records where priority is 1. Do this part and do show the all records where the priority is 1. Let's do this thing. Let me copy this and go to our scripting part. Give me a minute, guys. Let me put charger here. Okay, let me copy this and go to this part and done. Okay, let's see if they have something else as well in the background. Okay. This omit one. Let's see anything else they mention. Okay, glide record next. Nothing is with there. Okay, no problem. Okay, like in the change they mention. Okay, I'll put the risk then. It is good for us for the this part. Let's put a risk. Risk is a field, right? Okay, now let's go and save this and open the change. Let's see what happened. I'm not sure that it will work for me or not. So Dhanashri, Tanvi, you can say clearly today. Atul को भी नहीं आता तो हमें तो क्या ही आएगा. ठीक है? This part. Now let's click on this. Let's see what happened. नहीं कुछ तो हो रहा है लेकिन what happening we are not getting it clear picture. But something happening in the background. Okay. That is the thing. But what I want to tell you is that how to write the code here, because the one thing which I assume we are writing this code on the wrong place. We are writing in the UI action. This is not the right place to do that part, I guess. We have to be write it somewhere else. And basically these are the client script. Okay, this thing. So we are doing something wrong, but my intention to tell you that how to write a code, you should know this thing. Okay, clear till this point? Any doubt, any question? So now they put the another example. Urgency is 1. This one. So what they're saying now, while glide record dot next, आप जब next करते हैं, then change the all high urgency incident to the medium one. उनको urgency 2 कर दीजिए and make a update as well. This is the function they are calling update. Okay, and you can update many records, not an issue. You can update the many records. The only one thing which I did not like here is that they did not mention where to write this code in the client script or the UI policy, server side. Okay. And this is another example they mention it. If you want to delete the record, you can delete it. So multiple examples they gave to show you, to tell you that how to write these things specifically. Okay, these things like update query. So for as a developer, for you, glide record, what do you mean by the glide record? You can check on the internet. You can get add query, update, all these things you can get it easily. Okay, just give me guys 1 minute. Okay, so this is the one of the thing which we want to be discuss. कर लो फोन कर लो, ये आपके फोन ऑन कर लो. Okay, now that was the client side and this is the server side. Maybe we write something wrong. If I copy paste this code in the client side, let me copy this. Okay, and go here and write a client side script. Okay. Okay, and here you can put your code on which ng table I can say change underscore request. Let me load it quickly. I like it actually. I actually like it. अच्छा है, मैं सीख सकता हूँ. What do you think, Arun? You also learn, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good motivation. So, but only thing is, I mean to say, see, I mean, for me, it's like from past one and a half month, right, focusing on this. So it's like there's a lot of things to learn about service now, like from starting to then to the crack the interview. So there are multiple things which are coming up, and practice also
Right.
needs.
Okay,
Right,
let's do one thing. I write this script on submit. Let me save this. Okay, let's see now what happened. I go here. What I will get error. Missing function declaration on submit. Okay, we are not doing the submit part. Actual, it will take on change. It will ask for the interview. Maybe we need to be write the on submit as well, that how to call this part, so that again we have no idea. Let's see if I can do that part, because client script work on the functions that you have to be called either one of these function on load, on change, on submit. Only then it will work for us. So here the definition is missing. It said declaration is missing. Let's see if it work for me. It should. Let's put some wild thoughts here. नहीं, कुछ नहीं हो रहा. It means something wrong here. We don't know the syntax of this thing. Okay, but in short, the purpose which I want to be tell you that client script can be used on these 4 places. You should remember this. Generally in the interview, people confuse you. What do you mean by the UI policy and what do you mean by client script? UI policy to make any field read-only, mandatory or visible. Client script is used on cell edit, on change, on load, on submit. So don't be confused there. Okay. Yep, it will give you the declaration error to us.
One question, Atul, here. So,
Yes.
Does it mean that these things will be required or are being done by the architect? I mean, ServiceNow architect.
Not architect, by developers only.
Okay, okay.
This will be taken care by the developers only. Okay. So with this, we done the one part of our scripting today. That is the client side scripting, how to do. Tomorrow we will pick up our server side scripting. Basically your business rules, we will pick up it up. Okay. Then we will see able to see that how I can call any record from the database. Okay. Like this gs.get. Gs means glide system. Get user, all these things we are there. So we will discuss this thing tomorrow morning and we'll close the scripting topic by tomorrow. Okay, but it is actually good for me. A lot of things are there, multiple functions, they say date and time, all the things, but we'll pick up only few of them to understand. And that is why I give you the book to read this. Minimum you have to be read at least. If I say, if you talk to me, but I read is basically up to this level. 37 or 38 pages you have to be read it, I guess. Because these are the examples as well. If you read these examples, you will be able to understand the things. Like this, see, it executed one. Run on demand. Some scripting they mention. Right? This thing. And also you need to go through the out of the box scripts as well. Client script. Today, your homework to go through the out of the box scripts and understand what the code has been mentioned, how they're calling the different codes, how they're calling the different functions there. Okay, when to run all these things to be done, all this will be there. Okay, like this is a business rule example, which we'll see tomorrow, that how to write a business rule. Okay, any doubt, any question, so that I can stop the recording here itself. Okay, no question. Let me do the recording part here. Why it has been